So, Marciana, this is how you make my super easy cookie recipe. So you get coarse whole meal flour. You pour as much in as you want for like your cookies. I'm using roughly about this much. Okay? Then you could add butter and oil, or you could just add oil, or you could just add butter. But I like to use oil. It makes them way tastier. Then you add as much sugar as you want. If you want it to be really sweet, don't be shy with the sugar. Then you're going to add 2 eggs. But if you're making a big batch like one, you're going to add 3. This makes them extra fluffy. And since I'm not using self-rising flour, then you're gonna want it to be fluffy. You feel me? So just get yourself some good, what are these? Class A eggs. Crack them 3. But if you're using large eggs, you're only going to use 2, even if you have a big batch, because those are large eggs. Then you're going to mix everything. As you can see, I'm not separating the dry batter, the wet batter, anything like that. No, it's all going in the same bowl because it's all going in the same mouth. You feel me? So you're just gonna mix aggressively. It should look like porridge. Then you're just gonna throw these in the oven at 150 degrees. Then after they finish cooking for 30 minutes, you want to have them for 30 minutes. You're going to finish cooking at 30 minutes. Then you're going to leave them in the oven for another 20 minutes so they could cool down and they could get like, the kind of doughy texture that you liked on mine. So, giving you the exact recipe. I'm adding a bit more flour because I want to make a bit more big batch. Then, once they are done fully cooling, you are going to add your Biscoff on top or your Nutella. I don't care what you add on top because they're not my cookies. I like to add Biscoff crunchy. Then you're going to turn on the oven again for just 5 minutes so they can melt. And then this perfect cookie. You'll get a creamy deluxe kind of cookie. This calls for flip. No milk whatsoever because milk makes the batter too runny. And since these have, hey, you're gonna try it. Make sure it's as sugary as you want it, or else it's just gonna taste like porridge or oatmeal, which we don't want that, do we? So I'm also making pizza, so I'm gonna cook these under the pizza, and then once the pizza is done, I'm gonna put these at the normal level. Okay? So if you're wondering how I spread it out, wait, let me just clean up a bit. Throw the eggshells in the food bin. Okay. I like to clean up once I am done with. And to cool the cookies thoroughly, I like to use I put the cookies on top. You get your tray. This is the tray I use for the cookies. That's actually still dirty. You're slapping everything out of the So good. Mm, mm. You're getting a big spoon now. Don't be shy about it. Oh, this tray seems to be too small. We're gonna be generous and use the big one. Get it? Slab it on, like you're feeding food to children. They don't care about the shape. They only care about if it tastes good. So these are going to expand. So be aware of how much you're actually putting. I like to do pretty big portions. And these are actually quite healthy, if you feel me. If you're not adding as much sugar as I add, these are honestly quite healthy. So you can indeed bring them to school. And yes, it has to be the whole wheat flour because mm, mm, normal flour doesn't give you the same chewy texture as whole wheat. No, wholemeal. I'm making a big batch because I want these to last, honey bun. I want these to last. Mm. You might think, why am I showing you how I put them on the tray? Because we should show you the elite format and how much space the cookies need to have. Because these things, they don't rise, but they expand. So you want to be aware of that. And I'm gonna actually put some of these on, but that's a bit too much. It's essential. It's a 3x3 cookie format. Three cost. Put it at 150. Once you're done, you're gonna be left with cookies. Bye.